Hello, it's very early in the morning here, but I had to share some of the things that I've been working with here on uh, Linux Mint, namely PlayOnLinux. But number one, since my last video, I'll put it in the description that I fixed the sound because the video sound was terrible in Linux Mint 22. But here's why. When they added Pipewire as the audio, uh, I guess it gave it a lot more power, which it needed. It needed more power because my videos were low, and that opens fast now. That little repository opens fast. But I just got up this morning and wanted to share this with you, so I don't know what it'll sound like, how it'll turn out, but I'm just so excited. I worked last night with PlayOnLinux and my Windows software to get it the way I wanted. So I am just so excited the way all this turned out, and I had to try to share it with you. I just got up this morning and haven't had anything to drink or anything. I don't know how raspy my voice is, but before I started my day and started my Bible study for Sunday school, I wanted to try to share this with you. Sound is how I fix that. Okay. Your input sound, which is your microphone. I used to run this as loud as it would go. Now then, with Linux Mint 22 and Pipewire, I turned it clear down to 25%, and you can still hear how much power I'm getting out of it. It's just a laptop microphone. I'm probably, I don't know, 8 inches away from it or so. Who knows, maybe 10, but it's doing really good. You can hear it. It's really kicking it out, or taking it in, I guess you might say, so it can kick it out. But I want to show you my eSword Bible. I got my gray windows back, and I am just so happy because after they got the new kernel and my windows were running white. The reason why I'm getting that chatter on there is because I've got the Strong's numbers in there, just trying to pick them up. If I put this on, that'll take that chatter away because it's not trying to hit the Strong's numbers. But you can see the gray windows, man, and I'm just thrilled to have them back. But it's more readable. It don't look like it here, but if I took it over to my other monitor's got a different resolution. And that's why I use to study eSword, because it makes it much easier to read. But you can see even the text is easier. It's not, don't look as blocky. I'm using 1.7. Maybe I'll try to show that to you here after a while. But I got my gray windows back, and like I say, it's easier to read. And my verses are still not jumping around when I hit them. They might shake a little bit, but they don't really go anywhere. They don't go zooming down on me like this. So you see, maybe just move just a hair, but not that much. And yeah, I am really happy with this. And they say if all else fails, read the manual. I read PlayOnLinux manual, and by the way, PlayOnLinux has its own. I done some research on YouTube, and somebody showed me that PlayOnLinux.com, they have their own website instead of having it in one of those other places such as GitHub or FlatHub. But they actually have their own website where you can download the version you want, and so I've downloaded it and saved it for a later date. But my little XP calculator looks really good. Or before it was white and hollow. And you can actually see the buttons, like the buttons are sticking up now on it. So yeah, that is really cool. My bulk rename utility. It looks really, really good. And if you want a good bulk rename utility, I encourage you to try this one right here. I think it's in UK or somewhere. It's a good distance off from where I am, but yeah, but I got my window all back, my gray window with my blue bar and my X here to exit the program. Just amazing. But what you actually can do is choose the wine program that you want. I'll show you this briefly. I don't go through the whole thing, but I'm not going to do that. We're going to bring up PlayOnLinux real quick. Okay. And one of my main machines, so I don't want to tinker with it too much. I think I can do this without any trouble. Install a program. Install one that's not on the list. Okay, before I do that, let's cancel this. Right here is where you choose your wine programs, manage wine versions right here. They'll pop up in this window right here. Okay, see? Let's bring this down so we can see it better. Guess it's not going to let me. Oh well. The wine version I'm using, if my memory doesn't fail me, is I'm pretty sure it is 7.01. That's the one I'm using. We'll actually 7.02 because it's already downloaded. I think it's 7.0.2. Here it is right here. See, it's already over here. Now if I wanted to delete this, I just highlight it, and if I hit that, it'll go ahead and delete it, but we don't want to do nothing like that. But if I wanted another one, I just highlight it and bring it over here to install. When I hit it here, give me an option to install it. And I just like the older version of Wine better for what I'm doing for my programs, and so it's as simple as that. And then when you go to install it, here's what you do. You go install a program, you go install a non-listed program. And I want to show you something else too before I get into this. I put all of my programs inside my eSword, my dictionary, my calculator, my bulk rename utility, my ClockX. Right here it is. See, it's really early in the morning. I just got up. Everybody else is still, the other folks here are still asleep. It's in my house. But yeah. Anyway, I wanted to show you this. We'll open this. We're going to open, there's my video running. We're going to open PlayOnLinux drives. I put these all in one virtual drive. I called it Windows Drive 32-bit because all my stuff I'm using is 32-bit. And so I call it in all of those. There's my calculator in the root directory. Here's program files, and here's ClockX and eSword and my Merriam-Webster dictionary. I pre-installed it and drug it from Windows, and then I just install it from the exe file, which actually runs it, but I get it to run that way and save an icon for it. Save a launcher for it. And there's bulk rename utility. Yeah, so I got them all in one drive instead of having 4 or 5 drives scattered all around in there. And I like that change really good. Anyhow, next, instead of installing a new program, once you've made one drive, you want to do this. You want to edit existing application and hit next. And then here you want to hit show virtual drives instead of choosing the other default that's there. Of course, there's only one I've made, and that's this one here. So hit next. And then this is what you want to do when you get ready to install your program. You want to use another version of Wine, and then hit next. And see, that gives me the version to the chance to choose this other version of Wine. Don't use the one in the system that's been downloaded, but use this one here, the one you brought over in PlayOnLinux, and then hit next. And do your install from there. Yeah, but hopefully that helps you a little bit. And you can use any of these Wine versions that you want. Use the one that works best for your program. Here's for Wine version 64 for 64-bit. You can bring that one over if you got 64-bit stuff. This here is x86 for 32-bit. And see that there even changes too, so you can have two of them. That's really interesting too. I don't know how that would show when you go to install it. I guess it'd give you two windows. I don't know. I'm assuming it would. Well, actually, though, when you start it out, though, you're telling it if you got 32-bit or not. So I guess by that time you get that far into it, it'd go ahead and give you the right one. But I don't want to waste your time. But yeah, I am so pleased with this. I couldn't be happier with Linux Mint 22. The sound is working right. My Windows programs is working as well as I could want them to. And yeah, back to that little bit of a crack on my pronunciations on my dictionary, but that's okay. But see, we got a nice gray window there for my dictionary.
Lovable.
So it didn't crack that time.
Lovable.
And that's even with my video running. So yeah, I couldn't be happier. I wanted to share this with you. Hope you at least find it interesting. I heard that PlayOnLinux is not being updated anymore. The last time it was worked on, I think the information I was told was 2010. Man, I hate to see those old programs go. I do. I really hate to see them go. Like I say, I got a copy off of the Linux, PlayOnLinux.com website. I hate to see those old programs go. And I like this one really good. And one of the things that kept me from using other distros was that some of them didn't have PlayOnLinux. Now then, hopefully, I downloaded the Deb, with the Debian version. I can just install it straight from a package off of my system instead of worrying about it being in the repository if I need to. But I like Linux Mint. I don't see me going anywhere because I couldn't be happier with this setup right here. Couldn't be happier. Thank you for watching, and we hope you have a good day. And we hope you come back and visit this our YouTube site again. Thank you very much.